It's 8 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net is about to begin. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, welcome to Thursday night. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I'm transmitting from my QTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship 147-320 repeater. You can also check in on Echolink using K5TMT-R or KA5. Or you can hit us up on the All-Star node at 51444. For a list of all the repeaters and frequencies the Thursday Night Net is transmitting over, or to figure out the Echolink and All-Star node numbers, you can visit us at n5oak.org and click on the All-Star tab. We also have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your club memberships, as well as request to join the Discord community. If you're not in the Discord, man, that's where it's at, and I got a little MXC going in the video net, so if you want to watch some fun, crazy game shows, by all means, join us over there in the Thursday Night Net channel on the video net. Tonight's net is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. We get together every week to share knowledge, ask questions, and just hang out with the club. If you're a new ham or just new to the net, the Thursday Night Net is a social gathering, and it's a great way to get your feet wet and meet the club. If you don't have to be a club member to join in tonight's fun. All amateur licensed operators are welcome to participate. It's very easy to check into the net tonight. In just a bit, I'll ask for check-ins and take down a list of stations who want to participate. Once we have everyone checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and give you the floor. Feel free to ask questions. Tell us what you're up to, just been working on. Also, just so you know what to expect, this is typically how the net goes. Thank you, Mr. Repeater. We start the net off with short-time check-ins for those of you that can't stick around until the end. Then we continue on with exam questions, ham radio news, followed by club announcements and regular check-ins. If you missed the first round of check-ins, don't worry. We'll grab you on the next round. So with all that said, I'm going to do another quick ID, and we will jump into short-time check-ins. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. And for more details about the club, to become a member, or even donate some money, visit us online at n5oak.org. All right. It's time for short-time check-ins. If you want to check in and get on the log but don't have any comments tonight, just say no traffic. I won't take general comments from the short-timers, and if you check in a short time and later want to rejoin the net, feel free to check in and do a recheck. To check into the net tonight, please state your name slowly and clearly. When giving your call sign, please use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn them, and it makes it easier for me. I've got Ernesto standing by to give you an example of how to check in tonight. So, Mr. Ernesto, if you're out there, if you would please show everybody how to check in to the Thursday Night Net.
This is Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto, East Austin.
I can hear him laughing, which means that he probably forgot I was going to do that. So thank you, Ernesto, for making that happen. And with that, let's get tonight's net started. Short-time check-ins. Please come with your name and call sign now.
This is AG5SJ, Alpha Golf 5, Sierra Juliet, Micah, no traffic.
This is Kilo Alpha 5 Delta, Kyle.
This is Kilo India 5 Yankee India Alpha, Marshall Southwest Austin, no traffic.
This is November 5 Sierra Mike Oscar Bill, North Austin. This is KB5 MPJ, Kilo Bravo 5 Mike Papa Julia, Jason Peter. No traffic.
All right, everybody hang tight. I think we had a perfect double. Jason, I got you in there, KB5 MPJ. There's another call station in there. Come with your name and call sign, please. Other call station.
This is Kilo India 5 Foxtrot Tango Yankee, Lou, Northwest Austin, no traffic.
All right, thank you, Lou. All right, let's get this party started again. Come with your name and call sign. Y'all are doing great with the This Is and the ITU phonetics. Here we go. Hit it.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Ken in South Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo Charlie 5 Alpha Juliet Echo Chad, South Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo November 4 Bravo Echo Delta on Echo Link, no traffic.
This
is
Whiskey 5, Whiskey Hotel, Pat, Austin.
This is Kilo Fox 4 November Uniform Oscar Tarek, South Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo 9 Lima Zulu Yankee Lakeway.
All right, LZY, come with your name if you would, please, sir.
Rob, sorry about that.
No problems, Rob. Got you in here on no traffic. All right, anybody else?
This is Kilo November 4 Bravo Echo Delta Dean on Echo Link, no traffic.
This is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Sierra Uniform, Ed, Caldwell County, no traffic.
Well, that was a heck of a first round. So let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. We got Micah AC5 or AG5SJ. I think Micah said no traffic, but if not, we're going to go and say hi to Micah anyway. Micah, you got anything for the net? Did you say no traffic and I just didn't put it in there?
AG5SJ, yeah, I said no traffic. I happened to be back at my radio when you called and asked though, so I can say hi. Hey everyone, that's all I got. AG5SJ back to that.
All right, Micah. The meeting is on Saturday, this Saturday, 10 a.m. We would love to see you. So thanks for checking in. We got Kyle, KA5D, short timing tonight. Kyle, you just got back from a really cool trip out to Big Bend. Kyle, man, tell us about your trip and what you've been up to.
Hey, good evening, Rusty. This is Kyle, KA5D, and yeah, we just returned. My brother Cord, KA5C, and I were doing a 4-day motorcycle trip. We went to Big Bend and we activated the Parks on the Air, and then went to some other places up the Rio Grande River Road and through the Twisted Sisters and the Hill Country and Port Davis and different places. So we had a good time. And now we're going to turn right around and get ready for the VHF contest. So we're putting the new Eurovan together tomorrow, and hopefully some of y'all will be out there on Saturday and Sunday, operating 6 meters and up for the January VHF contest that starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and goes until 9 p.m. Sunday night. That's all I got. KA5D, back to net.
Very cool, man. Well, that answers my question. You're probably not going to be at the meeting on Saturday, but at least we can do the meeting, and then we can still make contact with you. What about Winter Field Day? Are you and Court and company doing anything fun for Winter Field Day?
Yeah, we will. We're going to be over at Blanco State Park, so we've got a small group together operating a club call, W5TXU. So hopefully we'll be hearing you guys. We're going to look for N50AK and try to get you in the log as many times as possible. And where are you going to do the field day this year?
We're going to be down at Fred's place where we always do Winter Field Day. He has graciously invited us back, so we're going to be hanging out with the goats down close by Lockhart. So yeah, that'll be fun. And congrats, man. So what is this club called that we're talking about? It doesn't sound like the UT club, because I think they were talking about doing it at the clubhouse on campus. Do you have some, like, you know, super cool kid club going on over there, man?
Well, I don't know if it's cool kids or not, but it's Tim Groman's idea. He had a club call for our Rovers, and he wanted to use it for field day as well. So I'm just kind of going with the flow on that. So I guess it's kind of the VHF Rover Club call. I guess I'm not entirely sure. I'm not in charge of these things. I'm just showing up and having fun. But yeah, listen for W5TXU. Apparently that's our call sign this year for the first time.
All right, y'all, W5TXU. Kyle's going to be hanging out over there with the Rover folk and all that kinds of fun. Well, right on, man. Have a good weekend, and hope you get lots of contacts in there. And, yeah, the Oak will be definitely transmitting from Ray's RV amongst the pasture with the goats. Well, thank you, sir, for checking in, and glad you made it home safe. I bet you money you got a little APRS track on the website. If you do, throw it over there on the Thursday Night Net channel so we can see what you were up to. Next was Marshall, KI5YIA. Marshall had no traffic. And that leads us to Bill, N5SMO. Bill, we've been missing you on the TriviaNet on Friday night. Hoping that your deer hunting and fun is going well. What you been up to, man?
Hey, Rusty and the group. Not much, man. Just hanging out and chasing CQs and on 10 meters and chasing park activators. The deer season is, for me, is over, and happy with the way it worked out and enjoying the fruits of that labor. So, yeah, all's good, and I'll see y'all at the meeting this coming Saturday. So back to you, Rusty, WZ5BBS, and the group from N5SMO.
Fantastic, man. Beat me to it. So we'll get to see Bill at the meeting. That's going to be fun. Good to see you, man. Let's go down to Jason, KB5MPJ. Jason, man, what's going on?
This is KB5MPJ. Well, let's see. I just joined the CWNet tonight. Talked to George and Pat on there. Everybody had super strong signals tonight, which is really good. 20 over for Pat, 40 over for George. Let's see, and what else? I checked into the UT Net on Wednesday via Echolink from a hotel room in West Texas. I was on the road for work. And Sunday night I couldn't sleep, so I did some FT8 and worked some good DX around the world about 3:30 in the morning, and even caught KI5KAT Steven on there. So I guess he wasn't able to sleep on Sunday night either. And that's kind of what I've been up to. KB5MPJ, back to net control.
Fine business, man. That's a whole lot of radio fun. Are you going to be at the meeting on Saturday?
so I won't. I'm actually going to be fishing at South Atlanta River this weekend with some friends, so be out there doing that. But I am going to be at Winter Field Day, so hope to see everybody out there. I'll be out at Fred's place with y'all, KB5MPJ.
Roger, man. Well, we will miss you, and you're going to miss out on the raffle. Man, we got a bunch of fun stuff that I know about coming to the meeting. So, all right, man. Well, have a good weekend. Good luck on your fishing trip, and we'll see you out for Winter Field Day. Our next is Lou, KI5FTY. He said no traffic. Ken, KI6HQT, no traffic. Ken, hopefully we'll see you at the meeting on Saturday. That's the first time I got to meet you, was at our last meeting at the library. We got Chad, although I wrote it down as Chat, KC5AJE. Old Chat has no traffic. Dean, KN4BED, has no traffic. And that means we get to talk to Pat, W5WTH. Pat, how are you, sir?
Hey, Rusty, thanks for running the net, and man, I'm on cloud nine. I was able to have a CW QSO with our world famous Ernesto, and he did great. It was good CW net for me, and as Jason and other people as well. And I will be at the meeting. I look forward to it.
Oh, fantastic. All right, we got a Pat coming to the meeting, W5WTH. He runs the CWNet. I'm going to turn it back over to Pat so he can tell you all about it. I heard that Ernesto was on there, and that's super fun. Congratulations, Ernesto, for making your CW contact on the CWNet. But, Pat, while you're here with us, if you would, tell everybody, because we got a whole bunch of new people in the club, tell everybody about our CWNet at 7:30.
Sure, no problem, Russ, and thanks. Yeah, so if you're new, you came to the right place because the CWNet, which happens at 7:30, so it's 30 minutes before this meeting here, and it's typically at 3532 on 80 meters. That's in the novice band, so if you have a license and you're CW curious, you can certainly go there. And it's an informal net. Just listen in, call PQ, send out your call sign. We really don't care how good or bad you send. We're just there to have a good time and try to introduce people to CW. So if you have any interest at all, just show up. You can usually follow along on the Discord channel because we're usually trying to help out the newcomers as far as what we send. So, but again, we really don't care. If you're legal and you're trying to have a good time, you're certainly welcome there. Back to.
All right, thank you, Pat, for that. Yeah, you can go check out the CW Ops channel. It's hiding under the radio channels. It's lighting up quite a bit. It always lights up right before Thursday night net starts. And, yeah, man, a whole lot of fun. Well, thank you, Pat, for checking in, and I look forward to seeing you at the meeting on Saturday. Don't forget, if you've got some stuff around the shack that you want to get rid of, bring it, and we'll raffle it off, man. We're always looking for new stuff. So we have a brand new member as of today, KF4UNO. Tariq, I think is your name. I think that I'm probably butchering that, but welcome to the club, man. I got you on Discord, and you were asking about Winter Field Day, so you'll get to hear about that. If you want to check back in the regular check-ins and talk about some stuff, by all means, feel free to recheck. And like I said, this Saturday is our meeting. All of that is on the Discord and the website, so, man, I'd love to meet you, and you're more than welcome to come hang out with us. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, Ernesto says that's how you say it, Tariq. So, I got it right. Let's go to Rob, K9LZY. He had no traffic, and then Ed, KI5WSU, has no traffic as well. So that is the end of our short time, or at least our first round of short time.
But I'll pass it back to you, and just want to say thank you for having me.
Oh, man, I stepped all over you. Come in here and do that again. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
No worries. Nothing. I was just saying Saturday I'm going to try to come out for the meeting and meet some of you folks. And then if not, I'm really hoping to come out for Winter Field Day and hang out and get to meet everyone. So looking forward to all that, and I'll pass it back to you. Thanks so much.
Roger, man. Did you also find in the field day channel up in the pinned documents, there is a spreadsheet, and that shows you all of the stations that are going to be there, but most importantly, it also gives you directions. So did you find that? That way you can make your way there?
Yep, that's perfect. I got all the details. I just moved here and I kind of pared down all my equipment that I'm traveling with, so I don't have much to bring, but I'll go through. I might have some inset half-waves to bring and anything that can help contribute to the day. But I'll take a look at that spreadsheet and see if I can add anything.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And, we'll have stations set up there, so if you just want to play radio, you can come out and play radio. We have been known to be called a drinking club that plays radio, so we don't take things very seriously, or at least I don't. So it's a very kickback, laid-back kind of a crew. It looks like it's going to be a nice weekend, and the weather will be fun. We'll be able to sit out by the campfire and hang out with the goats. So by all means, man, come join us. It'll be a whole lot of fun. All right, so we should probably do a quick ID before we move any further. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5DBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. This is a controlled net, and it happens right here every Thursday at 8 p.m. So if you want any more information about the club, how to become a member, how to join us on Discord, and what we're doing for Field Day, you can do all that at n50ak.org. All right, before we get any further, let's do round two. If you just joined in, we're doing short time check-ins. That means that you're just going to get in on the log, pop in, pop out, no business. If you don't have anything to say, just say no traffic. So if you want to get in on our short time rounds, we have regular check-ins coming in later where we'll chat with you and say hey and whatnot. But short time check-ins, round number 2, if you want to get on the log, come with your name and call sign now.
This is
Kilo India 5, Yankee Juliet Oscar, Scott in Liberty Hill.
This is Kilo India 5, Romeo Bravo Tango, Kent and Pflugerville, no traffic.
This is Kilo India 5, Victor Golf November, Kent in Northwest Austin.
All right, well, I think that's all we got on round number 2. We got Scott, KI5YJO. Scott, welcome to the net. Will you be joining us for the meeting on Saturday or on Winter Field Day?
Not going to make the meeting on Saturday. Got a lot going on. I may make it to Winter Field Day just to kind of look around, look at equipment. I don't have really anything to show off or brag about. I'm pretty much a newbie, but it kind of sounds interesting just to kind of see what's going on. KI5YJO, back to net.
Man, Field Day is the best because everybody's got their stuff, so you'll get to see all kinds of different gear and all kinds of different antennas and how they're set up and how people operate and what they do, and we'll be running under the club call N50AK, so you will have extra privileges. You can play anywhere on the band that you want to play. If you want to pop in and play on somebody's station for 5 minutes and make one contact or hang out for a couple of hours and bang out a few hundred, by all means, man, come hang out with us. It's like it is priceless to get the experience of hanging out, especially with the club. It's a lot of fun to hang out with all the guys. But everybody's radio. Ray's got some cool stuff, some old vintage stuff he's going to be bringing. So yeah, man, I highly recommend that you come out and play. We got Kent KI5RBT next. He said no traffic, and the next one is super scratchy. So maybe you can bump the power up or change antennas or something. I think you said your name was Ken. Kilo India 5 Victor Charles November, I believe, was your call sign. You did not say no traffic, or if you did, I didn't hear it. So Ken, will you be joining us on the meeting on Saturday, or what about Winterfield Day?
Saturday, but I would love to learn more about Winterfield Day.
I believe you said you were coming to the meeting on Saturday. You are super scratchy. Was that correct?
No, I will not be able to make the meeting on Saturday.
Well, bummer. All right. Well, we got the meeting this Saturday. Field day is the next weekend. So, all the details are on the Field Day channel and the Discord. And that's where all the directions are. You can ping pretty much anybody on Discord, though, and we can point you in the direction. So, hopefully we'll get to see you on Field Day.
That would be a treat. KI5EGN, back to net.
All right, well, that was a heck of a lot of short-time check-ins. And before we get into regular check-ins, we're going to review a question or two from the FCC's current general exam pool. If you have a technician license, this will give you a sample of what the test is about. If you've already passed your general exam, it's always a good thing to review the material in preparation for your extra license. And that being said, the club is starting a VE team, and we have way more details coming at the meeting, and it is in its infancy. But I'm looking really forward to making that happen. So let's send it over to Chad, KC5AJE, for tonight's exam questions. Before you do the questions, though, Chad, are we going to get to see you on Saturday, and what about Winterfield Day?
Short answer, I don't know. I can't for the life of me remember what time the meeting is tomorrow. My son has the soccer game tomorrow morning that I have to take him to. So if it's during that same time, probably not. But I will definitely try if it's within my ability to make it there. KC5AJE. Anything else, Rusty?
The meeting is not tomorrow. It is on Saturday, unless you think today's Friday, because you're hearing me on the radio. But yeah, Saturday at 10 a.m. Saturday at 10 a.m. All the details on the website, Chad. And so I'd love to see you there. All right, enough chit chat. Let's do some exam questions and put these guys to the test.
Yes, sir. So like Rusty said, this is a really great way for technicians especially to get prepared for that general exam. And for those of us who already have our general, it's a great way to stay brushed up on all the material. And so in light of some of the CW accomplishments today, I thought I would throw a couple CW-related questions in here. So the first question reads, when selecting a CW transmitting frequency, what minimum separation should be used to minimize interference to stations on adjacent frequencies? I'll read that one more time. When selecting a CW transmitting frequency, what minimum separation should be used to minimize interference to stations on adjacent frequencies? Alpha, 5 to 50 hertz. Bravo, 150 to 500 hertz. Charlie, 1 to 3 kilohertz. Or Delta, 3 to 6 kilohertz. And so I'll throw it out there for technicians only. And so if you are a technician and you are studying or would like to take a stab at these questions for practice for your general exam, come now with your name and call sign, please.
this is Ken, KI5VGN. The answer would be 150 to 500 hertz.
All right, Ken has Bravo. Any other takers that are technicians, technician class only?
KI5YLS, Cody, I'm going to take a shot in the dark because I haven't been studying it a little bit and say Bravo as well.
Roger that, KI5YLS, Cody has Bravo as well. Any other technicians before we open it up? Nothing heard, so if any operators of any license or class, if you'd like to participate, come now with your name and call sign, please.
This is K5BZI. When you asked the question, for some reason the number 3 popped in my head, so I think it's Delta.
Ray has Delta. Any others?
KI5PZN with one that it's 100 to 150 hertz.
I have to toss it back to your Ernesto because there's not an answer choice with that number in it.
Oh, I think that was B then.
Alright, I'm going to put you down for Bravo. Ernesto has Bravo. Any others?
Ernesto was thinking in the metric system, so you got to give him a break.
Alright, nothing heard, and so the answer was indeed Bravo, 150 to 150 hertz. When operating CW, try to separate yourself from other CW transmissions by at least 150 to 500 hertz. This will give your CW signal a distinct tonal difference from the other station and hopefully will not cause interference. Alright, we're going to move on to the second question, and so I know we had at least 2 techs out there with us, and so hopefully y'all will chime in once again. Another CW-related question. What is one advantage of selecting the opposite or reverse sideband when receiving CW signals on a typical HF transceiver? I'll read that one more time. What is one advantage of selecting the opposite or reverse sideband when receiving CW signals on a typical HF transceiver? Alpha, interference from the impulse noise will be eliminated. Bravo, more stations can be accommodated within a given signal passband. Charlie, it may be possible to reduce or eliminate interference from other signals, or Delta, accidental out-of-band operation can be prevented. If you're a technician, and again I know we had Cody and Kim with us, come now with your name and call sign, please.
KI5YLS. I'm going to shoot first here so nobody thinks I'm copying them or anything. I'm going to shoot in the dark and say Alpha because, like I said, I haven't been studying, so hopefully I'm right.
I apologize, Cody. I'm barely making you out over here, and if somebody is able to hear and relay for me, that would be really helpful.
KI5YLS, I was saying Alpha as a shot in the dark.
Thank you, Cody. Heard you much better that time. Cody has Alpha. Any others? Ken, you want to take a try at it?
Yeah, this is Ken, KI5VGN. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say C.
Roger, Ken has Charlie. I'll throw it out there for any technician class license one more time just to see, and then I'll open it up to everybody. Alright, nothing heard. Any class, any license, if you'd like to take a try at it, come out with your name and call sign. All right, nothing heard. The thrill is gone. The answer is indeed Charlie. It may be possible to reduce or eliminate interference from the other signals. And so it says sometimes when receiving a weak CW signal, you hear interference. Switch between upper and lower sideband to see if one of the sideband filters pulls in the CW signal better and reduces the interference from other signals. Thank y'all for playing. For those of you who participated, this is Chad, KC5AJE, and I will toss it back to net control.
Thank you, Chad, for helping out with the net tonight, and hopefully, if everything, the stars align, we'll get to see you on Saturday as well. All right, let's do a quick ID one more time. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net, call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. This net happens every Thursday right here at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, visit us online at n50ak.org. We're going to send it over to Ernesto, KI5PZN, for tonight's news. We're going to give him plenty of time to finish that bite and make his way back over to the radio. His ADD gets him, so I got to give him some time to get ready for tonight's news. Ernesto, KI5PZN, is it true? Did you really check in on the CW net tonight, and how was it, man?
You're making me laugh, all of you guys, Ray, with that comment too. Ray, by the way, we do have a hybrid system in Puerto Rico. We have some stuff are in the metric system and the other one are in the Royal, so it's a mess. It's a mess down there. Anyways, the CW net, it was awesome. That was my first QSO. First time I get on CW, I have to go in and look on YouTube how to set up my radio to do CW, because there's a bunch, another buttons that you need to press before you can talk. You can key. So I got in there and I talked to, kind of talked to Pat. Pat is very patient and it's really helpful. It was awful. My CW skills, obviously. Bunch of extra dots and extra dashes here and there, so it's I guess it takes a lot of practice to get that finesse or being able to handle the paddle, which is what I'm using. But it's fun, and I think if people listening, if you are interested, I'm gonna let it reset. If you are interested in doing CW, you should give it a shot, because it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a game. I don't know. I feel like Ralphie decoding the Oval Team thing over there, trying to work the CW. But it was fun, man. Back to you.
Right on, man. Hey, that's great. I've lied to a lot of people and told them I was going to do CW at some point, and finally I've given up the lie. I'm just like, I'm never going to do this. So, congrats, man, for doing that and learning a whole other language of dots and dashes and whatnot. And I'm really proud of you for jumping in on the questions. You didn't even wait for Bill. Usually Ernesto likes to look smart, and so he waits for N5SMO to answer because Bill is brilliant and he's never wrong. And so as soon as Bill answers, then Ernesto will jump in there like he knows what's up. So, all right, enough of this, Ernesto. Tell us some fun stuff coming up in ham news, man.
There you go, people. That's how you do it. All right, we are going to start here with this news is coming from, this article is coming from the ARL.org, and this is ARP from now on. Thanks, amateur radio operators, for helping with the latest experiment. On Tuesday, December the 27th of 2022, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, HAARP, conducted its latest ionospheric experiment of bouncing radio signals off an asteroid passing near Earth orbit. Amateur radio operators and radio astronomy enthusiasts were invited to monitor the test and send their results to HAARP for analysis. While the results of the experiment will take several weeks, Jessica Matthew, our program manager, said the help was greatly appreciated. So far, we have received over 300 reception reports from the amateur radios and radio astronomy communities from 6 continents who confirmed the ARP transmission. ARP officials say the results of the experiment could aid efforts to defend Earth from a larger asteroid that could cause significant damage. We will be analyzing the data over the next few weeks and hope to publish the results in the coming months, said Mark Hain. Is the lead investigator of the project and radar system engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California. This experiment was the first time an asteroid observation was attempted at such low frequencies, he said. This shows the value of HARP as a potential future research tool for the study of near-Earth objects. The University of Alaska Fairbanks, UAF, operates HARP under an agreement with the Air Force, which developed and owned HARP, but transferred the research instruments to UAF in August of 2015. All right, on another article here, another news, and this one is coming from the Amateur Radio Newsline Report 2360 from Friday, January the 20th of 2023. This is for tomorrow. Again, I'm sad that it doesn't bring in the winning lottery numbers. This is for tomorrow. All right, Bouvet Island on the horizon. We begin this report with encouraging and long-awaited news for DXers. The latest report from the Bouvet Island expedition, 3Y0J, is the radio operations could start sometimes between the 27th of January and the 4th of February. The team intends to stay on the remote island for 3 weeks. According to a post on dxworld.net, Kenneth Upskar, LA7GIA, has reported that the sail from Port Stanley began on the 17th of January, just 1 day behind schedule. The operators said they are not planning any MM activity on the way. I have no idea what that is, but somebody will know. However, you can track them using the Garmin link, and that's the share.garmin.com/3Y0J, and that's not www. You have to do the HTTP, the old school stuff. Anyway, that's all for tonight's news. This is KI5PZN, back to net control.
Thank you, Ernesto, for making that happen. So I do have one quick question before we let you go. Do you happen to be a member of AARP to be a part of the HAARP club?
No, now that you mention it, it could be part of the ham community. It could be like ham, AARP for ham operators. Back to you.
Yeah, I had to do a double take when you were doing the AARP. I was just like, wait a minute. All right, well, thanks, sir, for reading us some news before we get the net going. Now it's time for club announcements. And, I was looking at the last time I ran the Thursday Night Net, we have grown 50 members in between that. And I don't remember what day it was, but we've made 50 members in between now and the last time. We're up to 493 members in the club. We got 8 new club members as of last Thursday's net. So let's welcome Chris, KI5UYD. I get to talk to Chris a lot on the Slacker chat and keep him company. He lives out in Johnson City, so he's KI5UYD mobile. You'll always hear him. We got Brandon, KI5ZIB, Scott, K5KRC. This guy's got a great call sign. Robert, KI5AOK. I love that, man. Antonio, KI5ZIU. I was his first contact. He joined us on the TriviaNet last week. We got Ruth, KG5KOI. Dan, N5APD. Love that one. And Tariq, KF4NUO. So if you see them, Tariq is on Discord as well. If you see them on the Discord or hear them on the repeater, make sure you say hi. Our next club meeting is this Saturday, January 21st. It starts at 10 a.m. This Saturday, 2 days, 10 a.m. at the Austin branch of the Austin Public Library. Check out the website or the meeting channel on Discord for all the details. We have Dan Quigley, N7HQ from Flex Radio. He will be joining us at the meeting. I just sent him an email, and he says he is looking forward to it. He will be telling us all about Flex Radio. He'll be doing a show and tell, answering any kind of questions that you might have. So if you have ever thought about Flex Radio or wonder what in the world a Flex Radio is, we got the guy from Flex Radio. They're based here in Austin. So come by and hang out. It's going to be a fun presentation. We also have a raffle going on. Yeah, I'll tell him to bring some scratch and dents. Maybe we can make that happen, Bill. We're starting a new thing at this meeting, and it might not be a new thing for the club, but it's a new thing since I've been the president. We're going to do a raffle. I've heard this from a lot of people. Everybody, nobody wants to throw away stuff. They want it to go to a good home. They want it to find somebody that will actually use it. So the raffle is it. We're basically just going to be redistributing everybody's crap, and it's going to be fun. George, K5TR, has donated a lot of stuff. If you go look in the meeting channel, we've got antennas, we have step attenuators, we have books, we have power supplies, we have amps. Like we have a switch. It might be a hub. I think it's a switch, but it's made by Netgear. So all kinds of fun stuff. And if you have stuff laying around the shack that you're not using, you got projects that you're never going to finish, you've got some HTs that are, maybe got some dust growing on them, something. If you want to bring anything, bring it to the meeting. We will have raffle tickets. Everybody's going to get to go home with something fun, hopefully. So bring your stuff, and let's raffle it off, and we'll see how this works. So far, George has donated enough stuff, but bring stuff from your shack, and it'll be a good time. The next club meeting, 10 a.m. on Saturday. Go check out Discord and the website for all the fun. We also have Winter Field Day coming up next weekend, or the weekend after, I should say. You can check out the Field Day channel for the details. And I see we have Ray in the shack, and I wonder if Ray wants to talk about Winter Field Day at all. We'll send it over to Ray and let him fill us in on that. K5BZI, you out there, man?
Hey, Rusty. First of all, thanks for hosting the net. I got home about 10 after 8, so you saved me on that deal. I was way up in Lago Vista today for a thing, so I appreciate you hosting. This is K5BZI down here in South Austin, Texas, and Field Day is coming up. Not this weekend, but next weekend, and it is open to anybody, really. If you'd like to join us, feel free to come out. Directions can be found on the Field Day channel on Discord, or you can reach out to me directly, and I'd be glad to help you out with that. We have currently 4 stations signed up to be operational, and they will all be operated under the call sign of the club. So if you'd like to join us, you can sit down at any one station. The stations are open to anybody, and you can operate as an extra class licensee during Field Day, because you'll be using the N508K call sign. Good old Fred, Alpha Charlie 5 Bravo Alpha, has been generous enough to give us his place again this year, and it's a perfect spot, guys. If you've never been out there, it's a blast. The contest happens officially from Saturday at 1 p.m. till Sunday at 1 p.m. We tend to arrive early, Friday afternoon, Friday evening out at Fred's place, and camp out Friday night and Saturday night. RVs are welcome. I'll be bringing a Class C out there, which I did last year as well, and there's plenty of space. So if you got an RV, a pop-up, any sort of camper, tow behind, whatever it is, fifth wheel, or if you just want to sleep in your car, or if you have a tent, the weather ought to be pretty decent. You can probably get away with that too. So anybody and everybody's welcome. One of the major what's the word I'm looking for? I think initiatives, I guess, is a decent word for Field Day, is to expose non-radio hams to the hobby of ham radio. So it's an opportunity for you to bring your friends out, family out, people who you think might find an interest in the hobby. Bring them out, because it's a very welcoming environment, and we all have a really good time. And like I said, the weather ought to be pretty perfect. You do not have to come out and camp. You can just come out for the day, Saturday all day, anytime. We'll be, like I say, we'll be there from Friday night through Sunday afternoon about 3 p.m. So anytime between Friday at about 4 to Sunday at about 4, there ought to be someone out there. So come on out and bring your friends and family. Introduce them to the radio hobby. There will be antennas in the air. Multiples. There will be multiple radio stations set up going on generator power, because we compete as an off-grid club for the Field Day events. So it's a really good way to experience emergency communications stations in action, which is cool, which is another, by the way, purpose of Field Day. And I'm trying to think what else I can tell you. It's dog-friendly and kid-friendly and alcoholic beverage-friendly. And if you want to find out more, go to the Field Day channel on Discord. And I think that about wraps it up. Like I say, not this weekend, but next weekend. And we'd love to have you, so please come. The more the merrier. Back to you, Rusty, K5BZI.
Thank you, Ray. You forgot the goats, man. Bring your dog as long as they don't like goat, because the goats are our mainstay out there. So yeah, that was it's a lot of stuff to keep up with, and the easiest way to stay up to date is to subscribe to the official club calendar. For all those new people that we have over there, head out to n5oak.org and click on the calendar tab, and right there you can subscribe to our calendar, and we will fill everything in for you. Anytime we add stuff, change stuff, move stuff around, it will magically happen on your calendar. And you can also add your birthday to the calendar. Sean, W5SMS, his birthday was last week, so happy birthday again to Sean. All right, well, there you have it. Now is the time for Fox News. I know Jeffrey, KI5MVF, he is busy working and is not going to be able, but Sky N5LX might be around. Sky N5LX, are you around, sir? No Jeffrey, no Sky. Well, I can totally take this one. We had two really fun fox hunts. And if y'all don't know what fox hunts are, or if you want to start, we've got a fox hunt page on the website. We also have the fox hunt channel. And the Fox Hunt channel is definitely more up to date on details and maps and that kinds of fun. But about every other weekend at least, and most of the time every weekend, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fox hunts going. They transmit on 146.565. And man, we travel all over Travis County. Go check out the Fox Hunt channel. I put my maps on there. I think Jeffries took us like an hour, and no, Jeffries took me like 2 hours to find. Sky's took us like an hour and a half to find. But it's a whole lot of fun. If you've never done it, the best way to learn is to go with somebody. So if you're interested in fox hunting, go say something over on the Fox Hunt channel, and you can come ride with us. Ernesto and I are a team. I love fox hunting with Ernesto. We had Paul, KA5FZU. It's really funny. Ernesto, we always go to Old Man Breakfast on Saturday morning, and then we will break out and try to go find the fox, and inevitably, man, Paul, we'll meet up at the same place looking for signals. So it's always good to see Paul's truck because it means we're kind of in the right place. Paul knows what's up. So if you want to learn about fox hunt, come hang out with us. It's usually a couple of hours. It's a great reason to go drive around Austin. We usually put them in parks, public places, a lot of really fun, cool locations. We've got lots of fun photos on the website of all of our fox hunt places. Really good vistas of downtown, fun parks, fun places that you probably never would go if someone didn't send you out there. So the fox hunts are fun. Sky, thank you for putting yours out. N5LX and Jeffrey KI5MVF for doing that. We have like 8 or 9 foxes in the club, and one of them is always active. And just when you think the announcements are over, they're not. We got one more. We got the Trivia Net update. For all the new people out there, the Oak Hill Club has a Trivia Net right here every Friday at 9 p.m. We had 43 players last week. We've been averaging 50-something players a week, so it's been a whole lot of fun. Last week winner was Matt K9MGW. He came in first place with 1,569 points. Bill W5ITZ came in second with 1,474 points, and Andy KI5YIT came in third with 1,337 points. We also have the elimination round, which is how we send everybody home. Last week, John KE5RS and Josh K5BRB made it all the way to level 3. Everybody else got kicked out on level 1, so it was kind of hard on that one. We reset the player rankings for the Trivia Net, and Philip, AC5G, man, you are number 1 in the Trivia Net player rankings, followed by Kent, KI5RBT, and Jared, N5AFC, coming in third. Those are the official player rankings. Anybody can play. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer. The bingo game starts at 8:30, so you got something to do while you're hanging out waiting for the net to begin. All the details are on the website, n5oak.org. You can check out player rankings, stats, net logs, anything that you want to know about the Friday Night Trivia Net can be found at n5oak.org. I just got a text from Ernesto. It says testing session. So I'm going to send it over to KI5PZN yet again because I have a feeling I missed out on something or I didn't. Oh, we have. Okay. So yeah, we got a testing session coming up. So Ernesto, come tell us all about it, man.
KI5PZN. I just wanted to send a reminder out that we went from not having in-person testing in this area for a while to now having a bunch of stuff going on. So if you are interested in getting licensed or upgrading your license, go to Discord channel, well, the Discord server, I guess. And we got plenty of opportunities for testing now. It's happening at least every 3 months minimum. Yeah, just wanted to let people know that is a thing now. Back to Net Control. This is KI5PZN.
Thank you, sir. And the club is also looking for VEs. So if you want to be a volunteer examiner, we're about to start up our own testing. If you are a VE general or extra class, or if you would like to be a VE and learn all about it, we have a VE team channel as well. The Get Licensed channel will give you some details on that. If you want to be a part of our VE team, go over to the Get Licensed channel and let us know. All right, let's turn the floor. Anybody have any other announcements? Anything they would like to add before we get tonight's regular check-ins underway? Nothing heard. All right, well, it's time to get down to business. Before we do that, we're going to do one more quick ID and let everybody know that you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, you can visit us online at n5oak.org. I will be looking for regular check-ins shortly. No membership is required. Any licensed operator is welcome to check in the net. New hams are encouraged to check in, so if you're a new ham, we would love to hear from you tonight. Tonight's question is going to be just what I ask all the short-timers. Are you going to be joining us for the meeting this Saturday, or what about field day next weekend? It is officially time for regular check-ins. Y'all know the drill. Please come with your name and call sign now.
This is Charlie 5 Golf, Philip East Austin.
This is KI5 PZN.
This is Kilo Fox 5, Delta Papa X-Ray, Chris, South Austin.
Kilo India 5 Yankee Lima Sierra, Cody, Fort Hood.
Anybody else want to check in on our first round of regular check-ins? Please come with your name and call sign now.
This is W5LUL, Holly and Buda.
All right, we got 5 people checked in so far. Philip, AC5G, how are you, man? Are you coming to the meeting on Saturday? And what about field day?
I will be there Saturday, at least for the first part of it. I do have to leave at a pretty hard deadline there, but we'll definitely be there for at least the first part. And field day, we're still going to play that one by ear. I've got the kids, my wife's out of town that weekend, so, you know, if they're manageable and everything, then we might try to make it down and at least say hi one of the days, or see what's going on, though. Just wanted to also touch base on the VE stuff. Like you said, we are looking for anybody who wants to volunteer to be part of the new VE team we're setting up. Extras especially are needed, but general and advanced class can do some grading as well, but also a good excuse to upgrade your license. So definitely get in touch with me or Rusty on Discord so we can give you the information and make sure that we have everyone's name down so we can get this testing thing going. I think that's about it for me. It's AC5G, back to net.
Right on, Philip. I'm looking forward to the testing stuff, and yes, Philip is in charge of the club testing. If you have anything, go ping him on Discord, Alpha Charlie 5 Golf. Philip, you can also hit him up in the Get License channel if you forget his call sign. But yeah, either the Get License channel or Philip, AC5G. All right, well, we've checked in with Philip. Anybody got anything out there for Philip? Y'all got any questions about being a VE, anything? Please come with them now.
K5BZI.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you guys keep saying VE. For those listening who don't know, what is VE?
A volunteer examiner. How about that?
What does that mean?
Ah, very good. We'll turn that over to Philip.
Those are the lovely people that give you your exams when you get your license. So if anyone, like I said, is general class or higher, feel free to look in, ping me on Discord, and we'll see about getting you VE's accreditation. Look, we're going to try to go with the W5YI VEC, which is the committee, the regional committee that handles all the testing. But other than that, yeah, like I said, just get in touch with me on Discord if you have any other questions about it. You don't need to currently be a VE with any other VEC, like ARRL or Laurel. just get in touch with me if you're interested in doing it, and we'll get you started on the track.
So for those of you who are licensed, those guys sitting behind the table staring at you, you know, kind of like you were in high school, wanting to see if you're cheating and all that kinds of fun stuff, those are the VEs. So it's been a fun thing. I've been a VE for a while, but Ernesto and Philip and I have been crashing the Austin Club session, and it's a whole lot of fun to see new people get their license and to be a part of that process. So I'm looking forward to it, and thank you again, Philip, for making that happen. Anybody got any questions for Philip before we let him go?
Question?
Come on in, question.
Sure, K9 LCY. Y'all ever catch anybody cheating? Like, you know, trying to look at answers and stuff?
Philip, I'll send that to you.
Well, since I usually get stuck in the first chair doing the majority of the paperwork, I don't really have a chance to, but there are definitely some other folks up walking around looking for it. And as far as I know, none of the sessions I have been a VE at has anyone ever been caught cheating.
That is very true. Philip is chair one, and it's kind of like in orchestra. Chair one is the smart one. So we put Philip there, and he fills out all the paperwork. That way Ernesto and I just have to go, yup, and sign our name, and sometimes I forget to sign my name. So it's good to have the smart guy in charge. That's why we put him in charge of ours. So yeah, it's I have not caught anybody cheating, and I'm C3. It usually goes Philip is chair one, and he fills out all the paperwork, and he will grade the test, and then Ernesto is C2, and I don't think Ernesto does anything, because Ernesto will count, and then he'll send it to me, and he'll be like, I think that's wrong, but he won't tell me what it's supposed to be, so then I'll have to like double count and double check, and then I'll be like, okay, was it supposed to be this? And he's like, yeah. So I don't know if Ernesto is just wanting to make me work or what it is, but it's a fun process. It's an early morning. Last one was a bit chaotic, but what do you know? All right, anybody else got anything for Philip before we let him go?
KI5YLS.
We're gonna get BZI in there. We heard you in there, Cody. We'll get Ray first.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for the record, Rusty has challenged me to upgrade in April, so if you want to see somebody cheating, just come to that testing session. It'll probably happen. K5BZI.
We have a strict cheating policy, Ray. We will cut off your hand if we catch you cheating, so watch out. We got the knife. All right, so let's go talk to Cody, KI5YLS. Cody is not a big Cowboys fan, unfortunately. He thinks they're awful, and I don't know why he likes to say that, but it is what it is. So, Cody, what you got, man?
First of all, I wanted to say I am very much a big Cowboys fan. I actually have it in the background of my video right now. But no, I'm more like this was towards you, Rusty, but I wanted to say it because you just recently said it about the chair one in band and choir being the smart one. That is a huge lie because I was chair one and treble clef baritone in band, and I am in nowhere smart, so or like not smart in band, that's for sure. So yeah, I hate to break that theory, but that is false, my friend.
All right, well, thanks for telling on yourself there, man. But when it comes to VEs, chair one is where you put the smart guy, and we'll just leave it at that. Anybody else got anything for Philip before we let him go? All right, Philip, you're a popular man tonight. Have a good weekend. We will see you Saturday for the meeting, and hopefully for Winter Field Day, if the kiddos act right. All right, so let's go down. Our next one is Ernesto, chair number 2, KI5PZN. And don't ever put him in charge of counting things, man. He's awful. He's awful at that. I don't know if it's just because it's so early, even though he says he's an early riser. But Ernesto, man, what's going on?
This is KI5PZN. Thank you, Rusty, for running the net, and hello to everybody. Let's see, nothing too exciting. Just been working as usual. And I've been doing a little bit of HF in the evenings, going to 40 meters. I found a round table, pretty cool round table in Spanish, so I'm liking that too. I get to learn the ham lingo in Spanish, even though Spanish is my first language. I didn't have the obviously you can tell there. Didn't have the lingo of the Spanish ham, so I've been learning that part, which is pretty exciting too. And the CW tonight, like I was mentioning earlier, the CW net, that's pretty cool. Let me reset. And I encourage you guys, if you want to play CW, it's easier if you put it that way. Play CW instead of looking at it as something very serious, because it was like a game, and I really liked it. And I'm going to continue looking at it that way. That was a past approach to it, so I like it. I dig it. And so that was a lot of fun. I am going to continue doing it. I don't know. It got my attention, and I'm not very smart, but I was able to kind of figure things out. So again, if you want to learn, they're really awesome on that net. Let me reset again. There's a CW channel on Discord, but the cool thing about the net is that they're really patient, and they don't care that you're putting extra dots in. And Dick is next to me here. That they don't care if that you're messing up and adding extra characters. They're pretty patient and friendly, and still they don't. The good thing, I guess, they can't yell at you through CW, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, other than that, the usual shenanigans. Looking forward to the meeting this Saturday. I hope to see a bunch of you guys there. And let's see. I think that's about it. Back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask you. You better be at the meeting on Saturday. Ernesto is the secretary of the club. He is an official board member. So Ernesto, I do have a question though. How long have you been practicing and playing around with CW? Like, honestly, has it been a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and you doing it, like a couple of 5 or 10? Because they always say play with it for about 5 to 15 minutes a day, and then kind of go back and play with it. So what has been your approach at learning CW?
Well, for those of you that are Seinfeld fans, I did like George Costanza. I did the opposite of what everybody told me to do. So I'm, I guess, for whatever reason, songs really stick in my head. I don't know if it's because I work with numbers. Hold on, Dick, I'm talking. I work with numbers, but I started listening to this silly song that I sent a couple of guys as a joke, but that thing stuck in my head. And it's the CW stupid song, and for whatever reason that was happening, and I started listening a couple of few months ago. Let me reset. It was getting pretty, alright with it. I was able to just tap in and listen to the song, and I was getting the alphabet down. But then I started playing with the key, practicing with the key, and I didn't know because I didn't ask, and it didn't occur to me to ask. And I learned to do the key, the CW on the key backwards. You're supposed to use your thumb for the dot, and then you should be using your pointer finger for the dash. And I started backwards, and then I thought I messed it up, and that really messed it up because then I couldn't do it one way or the other. Let me reset. Then, everybody told me that I shouldn't worry about that. I should do it freestyle, do whatever I wanted. There wasn't any rule that I wasn't going to get arrested for it. So I went back to doing it backwards. So I have a backward hand, I guess, on my key, but whatever, it works. And Yeah, it's been fun. I would say a couple of months, just listening to the song, trying to get the alphabet in my head, just trying to get the little rhythm, because I did not want to learn it. I guess I should let it reset. I didn't want to learn it by reading it, with visually. I just wanted to learn it with just, hearing it. I don't want to have to write it down, although I have to a little bit, but, well, more than a little bit. But anyways, that's been it. You don't have to be, I guess, too smart. Because if I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Anyways, that's my take on that. It's fun, and everybody should at least try it. This is KI5PZN. Back to net.
Right on, man. Well, let's send a shout out to Enrique. Enrique, if you want to get in here and say hi, we'd love to hear you on the net tonight.
Hey, hi, Rusty. What color is Rusty's car?
My truck is brown.
What shape is the sun visor? It's a rectangle ticket. All right, man. Well, thanks again for letting me in on the net and for saying hi to Enrique. He always smiles. KI5PZN.
All right, we got Ernesto and Enrique hanging out with us on the net. Anybody got anything for the two of them?
Comment?
Come on in, comment.
K9LCY. So whoever the person, I think it was Enrique, that was keying backwards in surfing, big wave surfing. If your left foot is forward, you're regular, and if your right foot is forward, they call you goofy foot. So I guess you're probably a goofy keyer.
I'm an old dude, but I'm an ex, I guess, a skater. I still have my skateboards, and it's the same thing. It translates. So yeah, I like that, man. I'm gonna go with that one. Back to net.
Just gonna start calling you Goofy Foot. How about that? All right. Anybody else got anything for Ernesto and Enrique tonight? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, all right, my friend. I will see you Saturday bright and early for the meeting. Yeah, I know you're going to be old man breakfast, but we will see you there. Enrique, it's good to have you on the net, my friend. Have a good night. Let's go. We got one more. We've been gabbing here for a little bit, so let's do a quick ID. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, visit us online at n5oak.org. This is also good for Discord. Come join us in on the Discord. We got MXC going in the video net. We got Cody and Ray hanging out with us there. But if you're a new ham, if you're new to the area, if you're looking for a bunch of nerdy friends to talk radio with, the Discord is the place to be. We got the welcome team standing by. We do require a approval process, so give us your name and your call sign. If you don't have a call sign and you're just trying to figure out what in the world's going on, we would love to have you in the Discord as well. So you don't have to be a licensed radio operator. You just have to be able to join the Discord. But come in and say hi and play with us. It's a great place to ask questions. I tell people that all the time. All right, next on the list is Chris, KF5DPX. Chris, how you been, man?
I've been pretty good. This is KF5DPX. Not a whole lot on the radio front this week, except the other night I got my first JS8 call contact. JS8 call is pretty cool. And other than that, I guess in addition to all the weekend festivities this weekend, there's also Support Your Parks POTA weekend or whatever, so I get the idea, I guess, is from the 21st, 0 midnight UTC to the 22nd UTC. I guess the idea is to get out and activate parks, or if you're a park hunter, probably a good
good day to hunt parks as well. So other than that, I don't have much. Back to net.
Right on, man. Will we be seeing you on the meeting on Saturday? And what about Winter Field Day? You got any plans for that?
For the meeting on Saturday, if I don't forget about it, after when I wake up Saturday morning, I might show up. Even more so now that I hear that Pat WTH is showing up, so it's always good to see him out. I might show up, unless I'm in a park. And then as far as Winter Field Day goes, I'm on the fence with that. My girlfriend's flying in Saturday night from Florida, so I probably should pick her up from the airport. As far as earlier in the day, I'll either do that or I've been toying with the idea of taking my QRP station out somewhere for 5 or 6 hours and just doing a short activation QRP style. I wouldn't want to bring it and try that at the club Winter Field Day meeting, because as the rules indicate, the number of stations, it seems different from Summer Field Day. So at Summer Field Day, it's the number of stations you have that simultaneously transmit is the number of stations you have. Whereas I think the Winter Field Day rules state that it's, if you bring 4 stations and then a 5th shows up, you go from 4 to 5. Although you have when you start the event, you're supposed to have that number. So it would be silly to bring a QRP station to add another station to the mix. So still thinking about the Winter Field Day, what I want to do there. Back to net.
Roger. And don't forget the N508K rules on Winter Field Day. Every time you make a contact, you got to take a drink. That's just the way that works. Ray taught me that rule. All right. Well, there we have it with Chris. Anybody got any questions or comments for KF5DPX? Come with your name and call sign.
K5BZI.
Yes, sir, Ray.
Chris, you don't have to operate under the club call while you're out there, dude. You can operate under your own call, and it doesn't, won't make any difference.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, we'll see. If I do the QRP thing, yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that I won't get too motivated to go out and do the QRP thing by myself, and I'd rather just show up for like 4 or 5 hours at the Winter Field Day. Give me a reason to ride my motorcycle out there. Over.
Yeah, man, we'd love to have you. Haven't seen you in a while. I think I haven't seen you since the last field day, so it'd be great to see you, man. So, and come set up a tent and go pick up the YL and bring her back out, man. All more the merrier. I'm sure she'll love it, right?
I'm pretty sure she'd probably be all right with it, but she'd just be thinking in her head the whole time, nerds.
Yeah, right on. Well, hope to see you, man. Anyway, back to that. K5BZI.
All right, anybody else got anything for Chris before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, hopefully we will see you at the meeting on Saturday. We got, Pat, WTH coming, and Bill, N5SMO, so the whole Brain Trust is going to be there. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's move down to the next person, which is Cody, KI5YLS, yellow liver spots. He is next on the list. Cody, what you got going on this week? Are you coming to the meeting on Saturday? We're going to get to see you. And what about Winter Field Day? Surely you're going to be hanging out with Ray.
First of all, gee, thanks for giving me yellow liver spots. The heck was that coming from? Hi, this is KF5YLS, Cody from Fort Hood. Yes, I will be at the meeting thanks to Ray, because I literally don't even have enough gas to get out of town. And he told me about the meeting. I mean, I already knew about the meeting, but he reminded me about it. And I said, Ray, I ain't got gas to even get down the street. And he's like, I'll put gas in your car. And I'm like, okay, hey, I'm not saying no. Free gas, I'll take it. I'm definitely going to be at the meeting, and I'm going to be at Winterfield Day too. I need to pull that tent out that Ray gave me and see if it's going to fit for me, or if I'd be sleeping in my car. That's going to be nice. Let me reset real quick. I totally forgot to say at the beginning of this because you blew me off track with that yellow liver spots. I meant to start my radio transit by saying, how about them Cowboys? Because we put the whoop on Brady. We retired Brady. I'm calling it now. We retired Brady. And now we're going to go into 49er territory and whoop some butt there too. But let's see, what else is there? I finally got the lights on my car fixed. I had a wire that was dragging on the ground and it started rubbing up against my tire. Got those fixed. What else? Oh, yeah, this also happened this week. I don't know how I forgot about this. After a lot of drama-induced stuff, I got fired from my job, so I'm currently trying to find a new job. Honestly, I was looking for a new place anyways, because I was getting tired of that place. Let me reset again. Yeah, it was just me and the store manager were constantly just butting heads, and he would write me up for things that he would let other people get away with, and then he made some comments towards me that were not very nice. But it's a whole story. Other than that, not a whole lot's been going on. I'm trying to get on the radio. I'm hoping now, maybe taking a little vacation from work, I'll have time to get on the radio. But man, when I was working, I barely found any time. The only time I got to even get on my computer was for 30 minutes to an hour after I got home from work, just to play a little bit of games. But other than that, yes, I will be at Winterfield Day. Yes, I will be at the meeting. Thanks to Ray again. And other than that, not a whole lot. Back to net.
Well, man, that's a bummer to hear about your job. I remember when I was younger, I think it was my first job, same thing, my boss and I did not get along. I may or may not have been a smartass, but you know how that goes. And he fired me and took great delight in it. And I will tell you this, man, I'd probably still be there if he hadn't fired me. And within 2 months, I had doubled my salary. So just think about that, man. It might have been a bad job, it might have been paying the bills, but there's something better out there for you, man. So no worries on that. Anybody got anything for Cody, KI5YLS, while we got him here on the net?
K5BZI.
Go ahead, Uncle Ray.
Totally agree with Rusty, by the way. I have, been fired a few times, and especially when you're younger, it just, it puts hair on your chest, as my dad used to say, and teaches you a little something about the employment environment. But looking forward to seeing you at the meeting. Looking forward to seeing you at Field Day. And keep up the good work. Get on there and while you got the free time and chat up the locals and see what you maybe you won't want to come to our Field Day. Maybe you want to go to the Coppers Cove or the what was that little town around there that they had a club there? You might want to go with them. But anyhow, good to hear you and keep it up. K5BZI, back to that.
Anybody else got anything for?
100%. I'm gonna hit some up of the local nets up, but I think I don't think anything's gonna keep me away from the N50AK Winter Field Day, just 'cause that's where it all started. I tell people the story all the time how I remember going to Winter Field Day and my very first contact was in the Netherlands, which I think is just still to this day absolutely nuts. How I was sat down at your station, Ray, and hit someone in the Netherlands, and I was like, well, hello. So that was cool. And that really set the tone for this now addicting hobby. Thank you a lot. But it's addicting, but I love it. Honestly, the time I do get, I like to get on the radio and talk something different. But yes, I'm excited for Winter Field Day. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna show off my lights and all that stuff in my car, and gonna definitely, but I'll be there. I was gonna say something else, but I can't think of what it was. Oh, for Rusty, 100%. This store manager he's taking everything too serious by the book, and it's kind of annoying. Let me reset real quick. It's kind of annoying, and honestly, everybody there is really thinking about leaving. It's kind of funny, honestly. But yeah, no, me and him butt heads all the time because of different things. I mean, he'd let people get away with like taking 3-hour lunches, but if I took 5 minutes over my hour lunch, he'd write me up, and it was stuff like that. Like I was just like, dude, really? But that was a commission-based job, and honestly, we didn't get enough traffic to be worth the stuff I put up with. I told people, I said, if we got more traffic, I probably would be fine putting up with it, but it wasn't worth it. We barely got any customers, which made my paychecks like $600, and it was horrible. But I already had an interview today at Buc-ee's gas station, and that one, the guy seemed really cool with me. He's like, I like your energy and stuff like that. He's like, the only reason I won't hire you on the spot right now is because we do have to go through the rest of the list, and then me and my other managers have to talk. Let me reset. Thank you, Ray, for telling me that, because I forgot about that, honestly. But yeah, he said that he likes my energy and stuff like that, and I was making about $10.88 an hour at Buc-ee, or at my old store, if I didn't make good commission. And at Buc-ee's, my starting pay is going to be $16. So that's in my book a hell of a jump. I mean, a crazy jump. So I'm definitely excited for that, hoping I get that one. I should know by tomorrow morning, so I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But yeah, no, 100%. I'm definitely looking to double my outcome. And honestly, anything's probably better than that place because it's dead and it's not worth the pay. But yeah, back to net.
Man, he didn't hire you on the spot because you're goofy looking. That's what it was. That's all there was to it, man. Well, I agree with Philip. You got time to study and time to upgrade. Our first testing session, good Lord willing, is going to be in April at the club meeting. So you got time to do general, and I think Philip has a good idea. You need to beat Ray on being an extra. I think that would be hilarious. So you got some things to do. Sounds like you got some interviews all lined up, man. So you're doing the right thing, and just keep going. Anybody else got anything for Cody before we let him go? Nothing heard. Well, all right, man. Have a good weekend. We'll see you at the meeting with Uncle Ray if he gets up in time, and we'll see you for Winter Field Day. Next on the list is Holly, W5LUL, regular on the Friday Night Trivia Net. Holly, what is going on?
Hey, Rusty. At this point, I am winning the contest between me and Dave about who checks in the most on the Thursday night net. And busy couple of weeks at work, and I totally face-planted on last week's trivia. Thanks for hosting the net. W5LUL, back to net.
All right, you're beating him on that. I wonder if you're beating him on check-ins on Friday as well. So will y'all be joining us Saturday for the club meeting? And what about Winter Field Day?
Well, I didn't know about the Saturday meeting until just a few minutes ago. I think Dave might come, but I am probably not going to be there. Winter Field Day, we're still discussing to see what that weekend looks like. So we're a definite maybe.
Definite maybe. I love it. And you know, if you want to give up those excuses for Lent or something like that, you can go over to the website and click on the calendar tab. You can subscribe to the calendar, and we will remind you. I know it's super easy and convenient, and then you don't have the excuses, but we would love to see you at both regardless. So hopefully your definite maybe will turn into an absolutely positively, and we'll go from there. Anybody got anything for Holly, W5LUL, while we have her on the repeater?
K5BZI.
Yes, sir, Ray.
Just want to say hi, Holly. Hadn't said hi to you in a long time. How you doing?
Hey, Ray, it's been a while. We're doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing good on this end. Tell the YM that I said hello, and hope to see you guys at Field Day. Y'all take care. K5BZI.
Anybody else got anything for Holly before we let her go? Last call for Holly. All right, well, that's going to do it for your check-in tonight, Holly. Thanks for checking in with us and being a very active participant in our nets and the club. We certainly appreciate it. It was good seeing y'all out at the Ham Fest. And, yeah, y'all always pop up at the Fox Crawl. So thanks for doing what you do. Well, that is the end of our first round of regular check-ins. Can you believe it? It's 9:36. We're on just the first round is done. Let's do a quick ID. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I am your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, it's free. It's absolutely free to become a member. Go over to n5oak.org and make it happen. Once you become a member, join us on Discord. We got all kinds of fun stuff going on in the Discord, and it will keep you up to date. Even if you're like Holly and you don't want to commit, it'll keep you up to date, and it'll let you know what's going on. All right, there's the FCC ID. Round number 2 is all in effect. So if you want to check in round number 2, please come with your name and call sign now.
This is Alpha India 5 Hotel Papa, AI 5HB, Aaron and Buda.
This is K5BZI, Ray in South Austin, Texas.
Anybody else want to get in on round 2? We got Aaron and Ray. If you want to get in on round number 2, come with your name and call sign now.
This is Kilo 9 Zulu Yankee, Kilo 9 K9 LZY.
This is Kilo 9 Lima Zulu Yankee. I think that's a Rob. Anybody else want to come play?
This is Whiskey 5, Golf Charlie Hotel, W5GCH, Ron in Driftwood.
Hey, we got Ron on the net. Good to see you, sir. Anybody else want to come play? Alright, I heard you, but your audio is super low, so either hold the HT closer, or stand on the table, get on the roof, something like that, turn your power up. You're holding the repeater, but your audio is super low, so yell that thing out one more time. I got Kilo India 5 is all I got. I heard Alpha in there, so I got KI5 question, Alpha question. Oh, well, thanks for playing, man. KI5 question, Alpha question. We got you in the logs, and maybe go outside. We got another round coming up, so you got plenty of chance to maybe where you were wasn't a good spot. But check back in again. We got 4 people we're going to go chat with, and then we will come back and take another round. So go find you a better spot, or go turn on the big radio and see if you can't get in. Let's go talk to Aaron, AI5HP. Aaron, man, what are you up to? Are you going to be here Saturday for the meeting? And what about Winterfield Day?
Hey, Rusty, this is Aaron, AI5HP. Dunno. Actually, I'm going to try to make it this Saturday. But we'll see how that goes. Saturday morning comes around and I start dragging it, you know what I'm saying? And of course I forget stuff as well. So, if you thought I was non-committal today, it's even worse on Saturdays. One thing that I did that I accomplished this past weekend was I actually made contact finally on my with HF. Actually, N5SMO Bill actually made contact with him on 7 meters this past weekend. That was my first ever HF contact, so that was kind of cool on a single sideband. And that's about it. That's about, at least as far as, you know, my radio stuff is going. I think I was reading about NFED halfways, because I'm still borrowing Ernesto's. He hasn't complained about when I'm going to give it back to him. So, but I think I just realized that I think rolling it up kind of helps if you're trying to tune it for other bands. And I've got it kind of in a funky position. I've got it perimeter. Let me let it reset here. I've got the strung out basically along the perimeter of my fence. You know, I don't, you know, young trees, all that good stuff. A little bit of yard. So that's about as good as I can get it. And I can, like I said, I was able to get down to 7 meters. A couple of the other bands, I just can't tune. But I think maybe that's why the NFED. I think you're supposed to roll it up, and I just figured that out, I guess. I mean, I kind of seen that before, but I always figured they were doing it a one and done type of situation, not like go out there and roll it up when you're going to change bands. So maybe that's my problem. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me as far as like radio stuff, which is still kind of cool. I feel like I made some progress. I think I plateaued for a while, but it's good trying to put my my FTDX10 to use. And thanks again to Bill and 5SMO for making that contact with me. Let me back the net.
Dude, Jeff. It's a fun one. Yeah, and you got to talk to Bill. That's great. Well, so here, let me give you a little stuff for Saturday. So we got Dan from Flex Radio coming. So if you want to see how the upper crust plays ham radio, you can come and he'll show you all about the Flex radios and all that kinds of fun. Plus, we have the raffle, dude. So you can go home with some fun ham radio stuff. And if you have stuff to bring, like bring us some stuff. So, projects, anything that you're not using, bring your son, and y'all come play, and you can learn all about Flex Radio and maybe walk away with some stuff. Also, don't remind Ernesto. Ernesto's old, dude, and so if you don't bring up anything about what you had, man, you'll keep that antenna for the rest of your life. So don't bring that up, and you'll have an antenna for the rest of your days. Anybody else got anything for Aaron while we got him on the line? AI5HP is with us. Y'all come with your name and call sign.
BCI. I'm gonna take over tonight.
Come on, Ray.
So I'm gonna second what Rusty said about Ernesto. He's old enough that he's probably got way more stuff than he needs anyway. So yeah, and he's old enough he'll forget. So don't say anything. And congratulations, you have a new antenna. But actually, I just wanted to say, seriously though, thanks for sharing your experience with what you've been doing with that antenna, because it harkens back to the days when I first got into building antennas, and it's amazing what you can do by just tying them in a knot, shortening them, and adding a counterpoise, and there's just so many different things that you can do to experiment with antennas and get different results, and that's a big part of the learning process when it comes to ham radio. So I just want to say thanks for sharing, because it was fun listening to your experiences there, and it reminds me of myself back in the day when I was building antennas. So good times, and I'm sure you learned something, and I bet you had a ball with it. So anyway, back to you there, K5BZI.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Between you and Ernesto getting me the hookup here, I'm becoming like the Oliver Twist of ham radio. Please, sir, may I have some more? So maybe I will show up Saturday looking for I don't know, CW keys or something. Who knows? We'll see. Back to whoever. I don't know who I give it back to. Even when I'm net control, I'm like, does it go back to the person that called in to talk or net control? But back to whoever.
Just throw it back to net and we'll jump in if we need to. Take it away, Rusty.
Even if you throw it back to net, Ray's going to talk, so it doesn't really matter. All right, anybody else got anything for Aaron? AI5HP while we have him here. Nothing heard. Well, all right, Aaron. Thanks for checking in. For those of y'all that don't know, Aaron is also net control. He's a new net control, and he does a great job. So I took over the net. He said he could do it tonight, but I was already set to do it. So that means you got to sign up for next week, Aaron, or at least sign up sometime. We need another Aaron net here soon. All right. Well, next on the list is Uncle Ray, K5BZI. Ray, man, what you been up to?
Man, so I've been doing a lot of cool stuff, actually. This is K5BZI. Hello, everybody, first of all. And thanks, everybody, for joining in tonight. And thank you, Rusty, for hosting, and Ernesto for doing the metric news and all that stuff, and everybody who's contributed tonight. I really appreciate it. Let me tell you about this really cool group of guys that I've been hanging out with out in the deep in the hills between Dripping Springs and Johnson City. If you guys have never talked to Scott, KF5QFQ, on the air, he's a really great guy, and he's got a group of friends out there in this little neighborhood where the sun don't shine and the internet doesn't work and there's no cell service, and they've got their own little simplex net going on because there's no other way to communicate. It literally, it's 30 miles from my house. South Austin, they're between Dripping Springs and Johnson City, and it's 30 miles as the crow flies from my house, and it took me over an hour to get there. That's how windy and curvy this road was, and hilly, and they're down in a little valley back there down next to the Pedernales River, maybe as the crow flies, about 5 miles, I guess, northwestish of Pedernales Falls State Park. And there's just a great group of guys. I've hung out with them a couple times, and they got started off as a little simplex group so that they could communicate amongst each other, and they've turned into full-blown hams. And we hear Scott on the repeater now and then. They can get the 250 pretty good there. So they jump, or at least Scott jumps in once in a while. He's been working on his buddies to jump in more often, but so Scott's been my go-to. But there's a couple of them that got upgraded. I'm not going to mention them by name because they haven't, joined us on Discord and all that. So but the fact of the matter is that they've caught the bug and they're upgrading and whatnot. And so I've been out there to help them out with some advice on antennas and feed lines and that sort of thing. And what a great group of guys. So anyway, if you've been keeping up with Discord, one of them unboxed a radio from the 70s that's literally been sitting in the box since the 70s, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it's a Kenwood radio, TS I think 580S, and it was gorgeous. I went out there last night and spent a few hours with them and got to play with that radio and some other things, and just had a really good time with them. So if you guys ever catch KF5QFQ on the repeater, definitely jump in and say hi to Scott. He's a great guy, and encourage him to get his buddies on with us. And let's see, what else? Just been working on field day stuff. Got the Portacan schedule. It'll be out there, and been monitoring the spreadsheet. Looks like things are moving along pretty smooth. I think Fred's probably going to have plenty of eggs for breakfast tacos for us this year. Unfortunately, for those of you who don't know, we've been doing winter field day out at Fred's Ranch now for several years in a row, and almost every single year there are goats born. Baby goats born the weekend we're there. No kidding. It happens every year. And they actually came early this year. They were born last year, and Fred posted photos on the Field Day channel. Thank you, Fred, for that. That was cool. So we missed the babies this year, but it looks like the property's in pretty good shape. So we ought to have a good time. So looking forward to everybody coming out to Field Day, and that was a lot, but I'll let you have it back there, Rusty. Thanks again. K5BZI.
So at this point, they'd be kind of like field goats. Is that right? Maybe something? I don't know. All right, anybody got anything for Uncle Ray while we got him here? K5BZI is hanging out with us. Y'all come with your name and call sign.
Crickets.
All right, well, I love you, Ray. Are you coming to the meeting on Saturday by chance? Do you remember? It's at 10 a.m.
Hey, I can do 10 a.m. even on Saturday. There is a small, there's a real chance that I may have to go to Houston for a funeral, friend of a friend, but otherwise I'll be there. That would be the only thing keeping me from going. But as of right now, that is the plan. K5BZI.
All right, well that's fair. That's definitely worth missing the meeting for. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and we'll get to see your smiling face. Well, that's it for Ray, K5BZI. Let's go down to Rob, K9LZY. Rob, how are you, sir?
K9LZY, just want to thank the net for putting up with the little bit of mic fright from me, believe it or not. And but I wanted to share the fact that I had 4 QSOs on FT8 to Japan from here in Lakeway in my backyard, and of those 4, I got 3 QSLs. And so it was just so cool to actually, I lived in Japan for a little while, for 6 months, and I couldn't believe that here I am on 10 meters as a technician with FT8, and I've got this QSL, so just really why I got into the hobby. So K9LZY.
Oh man, I can totally relate to that. I think we all can. The first thing I ever did was Whisper. If you haven't tried Whisper, it's another fun. It's weak signal propagation, and I was just like, let's see where I can get with this crazy thing in my backyard. This very non-elaborate, just beginner antenna with 5 watts, and I was getting all over the globe, man. And it blew me away. And not only did it blow me away, but it sucked me in. And from then on, I was just like, okay, cool. Well, if 5 watts gets me here, and Whisper and digital, as much as everybody says that that's not real ham radio and all the other business, digital really taught me how propagation works and how antenna works and how things really kind of function. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. And it started making sense that I could get places on 20 meters during the day and at 40 meters at night. And then guess what? Sometimes I could do 20 meters at night. And so it's a whole lot of fun. It's a great learning opportunity as well. So you got a K9 call, and you're a technician. Can you tell us what's the significance with the call sign? Is this a vanity call, or is this just straight out of the bucket?
K9LZY. It's a vanity call. I wanted something that would be easily seen and remembered. And Lazy Dog, K9LZY. I found it. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to get a vanity call, I need to get it right now. I need to get it before I get any contacts, and then just be able to build on it from there. Pause for reset. And then, after that, the funny thing about digital is that, I got a little bit of mic fright, and I feel just so funny about it because I talk to executives for a living about technology. And here I am in this half-duplex hobby, and I'm like, I get tongue-tied, and so it's kind of strange. But yeah, the K9 thing was definitely a vanity call, so it's easy to remember. Back to net.
Well, very cool. I like that. K9LZY. I got the Lazy Dog Rob. Well, so I will tell you this. There are a lot of frequencies out there, and there's a lot of old people that like to tell you all the things that you're doing wrong and kind of jump on you. That's not anywhere on the Oak system. It's very laid back here, and we're very welcoming. And when you goof up, we're just going to be here to laugh right along with you. And it happens to everybody. You forget what to do. You forget what things are, and you forget how it is. I will tell you, running nets has definitely helped me with my phonetics. Also, I'm the president of the club, and I know everybody, and so it really helps when you know people to get on, and it's just kind of like a phone call, and so it's nice, but you got to have a little bit of history with people before you know, because otherwise it's just like, what is your radio? What is your antenna? How is the weather? And then after that, it just kind of goes into crickets. So if you're good at conversation, man, you'll be good here, and welcome to the club. What got you into ham radio?
Kind of strange. I've sailed boats my whole life, and I wanted to be able to communicate offshore. So at first I wanted a cheap marine radio, and I found a Baofeng, $28. And then from there I'm like, well, wait, hold on, what is this? Why can I broadcast or transmit on these frequencies? And it just dovetailed from there, and then my ADHD took over, and I was like, whoa, this is different, but it's cool, and totally just, got into it about a month ago is all. Back to that.
Very cool, man. Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as a cheap marine radio. Those things you think they're proud of the ham radios. When they're waterproof, man, the price just like triples. Well, very cool. So will you be joining us for the meeting on Saturday, and do you have any plans for Winter Field Day?
Unfortunately, no. I've got plans on Saturday, and for Winter Field Day, I know for sure that I'm going to be out of town for that. So I'm kind of, remiss in the fact that I can't be there and be more in person with the club, but definitely loving the Oak Tree repeater here in the club overall. Back to net.
Right on, man. Well, you're making the repeater great, and you're already in the Discord. We got fox hunts. If you're interested in the fox hunts, that's a fun thing to do. It's a good way to meet people. Ernesto and I drive around aimlessly for hours on the weekends, and it's a lot of fun. So if you have any interest in the fox hunts, come check us out with that. We got Rob, Lazy Dog, K9LZY, brand new to ham radio. Anybody want to come in and say hi to Rob?
KI5YLS.
Go ahead, yellow liver spots.
You and that yellow liver spots, I swear. Hey Rob, I just wanted to welcome you to the club from one newbie to the other newbie. Two people newer to the club. I just wanted to welcome you in. I'm recently new to ham radio as well, so good to see one of the someone here in the club that's newer and fresher than me. Just want to give you a personal, over the air welcome to the club. Don't believe anything Rusty says, and do not believe his trivia because it's all rigged. Sorry, I had to bring an old joke back one more time. Don't believe anything Rusty says. Ray's the best Thursday night handler. I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and go Cowboys if you're a football fan.
So thanks so much, appreciate it. And I think that I moved to Texas 20 some odd years ago from San Francisco Bay Area, and I think by law I had to become a Cowboys fan. So yeah, how about them boys? And back to net.
Oh, I've lived in Texas my whole life. I hate the Cowboys. They're terrible. I love watching them lose. So maybe that's just me. I'm kind of a jerk though, like Cody says. All right, so let's see. Anybody else got anything for Rob before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
BZI.
Come on in, Ray.
Alright, first of all, Rusty is a jerk. Secondly, the Cowboys do suck. There is another team in Texas, and they're called the Houston Texans. And as an Oilers fan from way, way, way back, I gotta say, they may not be the greatest team in the world, but they will be one day, and get on the bandwagon now. But I just wanted to chime in and say that I appreciate what you said about making that Japan contact, because that's huge, and I think a lot of people forget that even as a technician, you can do digital modes, and you can make these contacts, and you can exchange QSL cards with these folks, and it's real contact. I'm gonna let it drop. So I work in my shack. My office and my shack are the same room, and so while I'm working during the day, I write software. So while I'm working during the day, I'll have FT8 up and going, and I'm making contacts all day long. And I really enjoy it during 6-meter season because I'm making contacts all over the world on the 6 meters. And I'm able to do it because I'm sitting here, and those people that say that digital modes aren't all that, come on, man. It's cool because I can sit here and continue working, and on one screen I'm playing digital modes and making contacts and making QSLs and all that stuff. And by the way, I'm sitting here looking at an origami swan that I got along with a QSL card from a contact I made in Japan while doing a Parks on the Air activation last year, and every time I look at that little swan, it just puts a smile on my face because that's what ham radio is all about. And so I'm just so glad to hear that you're making those contacts and getting the QSLs, and it's so fun to listen to. So thanks for sharing, and go get that general class license, man. K5BZI, over to you.
Awesome, thank you for that. Yeah, and I've got too much QSM, where my office is in the house here. So, but I've got to work on that with the budget. Whatever Thor rides or whatever I need to do to cancel the QRM on all the power crap in my office here. But yeah, no, thank you, and that's my plan. That's my plan, is to definitely work in FT8 and call JT8 call as well at the same time back to net.
Yeah, and if you're ever out of things to talk about or need a conversation, just start asking questions about grounding. That'll bring out the crazy people, and man, it'll turn your conversation upside down, and you'll wish you never even started. So there you have it. If you need something to talk about, just tell them you're looking at doing grounding, and you heard about putting a saltwater pool in to help it out, and just watch their heads explode. Anybody else got anything for Rob, K9LZY, come chat with our newest member. Well, I think that's it, man. Trust me, you'll get over your mic fright. It happens to all of us, and it's just one of those things that you'll get on there. Just know this: on the Oak Hill system, it'll be just fine. If you work out of the house, we got the Slacker chat. So if you're goofing off and trying to look like you're working from about 3 to 5, we'll get on there and shoot the stuff and make it look like we're working and have some fun. So we'd love to see you on the Slacker chat at some point. But good to have you in here. Welcome to the club. Welcome to Ham Radio. And we're doing our first testing in April. So if it's time to upgrade to General or Extra, if you feel like that's where it's at, then you can come hang out with us in April at our next club meeting, and we can get you tested and upgrade your license. So have a great weekend, Rob. We look forward to hearing you on the repeater and seeing you in the Discord. Our next person on the list is Ron, W5GCH. And I think the last time I saw Ron in person was at Winter Field Day last year. Ron, how are you, sir?
Good evening there, Rusty, and everybody on the net. It's good listening to you. I'm coming in at 441775 this evening, and everybody's sounding good over there. It's nice to get on the 70 centimeter frequencies here. Anyway, it's been kind of quiet this week here for me. Did get on the radio with Ray Tuesday night for Southside Simplex and checked in with him, and I won't be able to join you on the club meeting this weekend. I got another club that I'll be going to at that same time, unfortunately, so that's just the way that works out. And Winter Field Day, yeah, I'd love to come out and join you again out there, probably Friday or Saturday. I haven't really decided for sure yet, but yeah, it'd be good to see everybody again. That's about all I have. W5GCH, back to net control.
All right, Ron, so you're cheating on us with another club. That's all right. We want to know who the club is so we can send them an email and a nasty QSL card. But also, is the other club, do they have a raffle where it would be possible for you to walk away with fun ham radio prizes?
Well, they don't have a raffle for their meetings, but anyway, it's a good group of guys. It's the Hayes Caldwell Amateur Radio Group, and that's the club I started out with, and I just kind of didn't hang on with you people also. So good to check in with everybody. So that's the way it is. W5GCH.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You got to dance with who brung you. So, understandable. We've got Ron, W5GCH. I got a frog in my throat. Anybody want to come say hi to Ron while we have him here? Come with your name and call sign.
K5BZ, I'm taking over tonight.
Do it.
So, first of all, Ron, so the Hayes Caldwell, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's the meeting where KB5MPJ, Jason, got his old JCFT 101 or FT 901 in a lotto kind of thing they had going on during their Christmas party. So mark that in your calendar because I think they actually did the lotto thing first. And the other thing I wanted to mention was, sure would be good to see you out at field day. And it'd be cool if you could come and stay with us, man. You always come out for a day, but I don't know if you are interested in or have the ability to come out and camp with us, man. We'd love to have you. It'd be fun to hang out with you. Over to you there, Ron. K5BZI.
Well, thanks for that, Ray. When you mentioned that about the raffle for Christmas dinner get together, I remember that was there. I was unable to make that dinner myself, but they do occasionally have some goodies once in a while. So, well, thanks for the opportunity to stay out there with you. I'd love to do that, but we'll have to see how that works out. W5GCH, back to Net Controller.
All right, anybody else got anything for Ron before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, all right, Ron, have a great weekend, and we will see you for Winter Field Day, man. So our next one, we figured out who it was. It was KI5ZIU, Antonio, and that was the weak HT coming in. We've given him some clues as to Echolink and maybe getting him on the 441775. So, Antonio, KI5ZIU, if you're out there, let's see what we can do about getting you checked in at the end of round 2. Are you out there, Antonio? He is typing on Discord. So we are going to say, we got you checked in, man. You have been officially checked in on the net. And for future reference, if you haven't grown out of your HT by next Thursday, you can virtually check into yourself. He's working on getting Echolink going. Okay, perfect. So you can get Echolink, and you can get in on that. But you can also do a virtual check-in or relay check-in through Discord. So we can make that happen for you, not a problem. But thanks for trying, man. You never know until you try. It's the one thing fun about radio is that you never know until you do it. So thanks for trying, and maybe we will see you in here next week on Echolink or something else. Maybe you'll buy a new radio. Maybe you come to the meeting and you win a radio. You never know. All right, that's the end of round number 2. We're going to do an FCC ID because I am way overdue. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. We've been doing this for years. For more details about the club, becoming a member, giving us some money, anything that you want to know about us, it's all online at n5oak.org. And also the Discord, man. If you want to have some fun, especially while we're doing the nets, the Discord is good old Ray. This is proof positive. The Discord is where we say things we can't say on the repeater, and Ray just proved that 100%. And sometimes we say stuff we shouldn't because it just slips out. All right, so that's the end of round number 2. We are officially done with our FCC ID, which means we are totally legal and legit to go to round number 3. If you want to check into round number 3, come and let us know what your name and call sign is. We'll get you on the log. Yes! I timed out the repeater. Man, that is a winner right there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Come with your name and call sign. Let's make round number 3 special.
K5BZI!
KC3NAG.
Whiskey 5, India, Tango Zulu.
Whiskey 5, Sierra Delta Charlie, no traffic.
Oh, I heard some static in there. Anybody else making round number 3 happen? Come with your name and call sign.
November 5, APD.
November 5, APD. All right, you're one of our new members. Welcome, welcome. Anybody else for round number 3? Come with your name and call sign.
This is W5 SDC, Steve and Leander, no traffic.
Oh, we had a double there. Steve and Leander, no traffic. Come back with your call sign, please, sir.
Whiskey 5, Sierra Delta Charlie, back to net.
Roger, W5 SDC Steve, it's been a long time. I used to talk to you on KE5RS's repeater back before they were all tied in with Matt, K5TMT. So it's good to hear you on. It's been a while since I've heard you on the repeater. I know you said no traffic, but I'm dying to know, man. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm on John's repeater. It's about 5,000 feet from here. And I just happened to be stopped here and heard the net. I've been listening. I've been really heavy into DMR. And so I've got 2 really nice hotspots built now. And I've got fusion from my Yaesu rigs crossing over to DMR. Life is wonderful. But my goodness, this stuff eats up the time. I just had my Yaesu Wires X was messed up. Windows updated the driver for the little USB, the SCU20 from the radio, and I had to go back to a 2015 driver in order to get it to work again. And so we got Wires X back on the air too. So where have I been? Well, I've been in the digital domain. And that's about it. And man, get us some more warm weather. W5 SDC clear and back at net. Y'all have a great evening. Enjoyed it.
Roger, man. Good to hear you on. And yeah, I hear you. These rabbit holes, man, they suck you down and your attention just disappears. So I feel you on that. Well, good to hear you on the repeater, and hopefully we'll hear you in here a little more. Come join us for Friday Night Trivia. We'd love to see you. Let's see if anybody else wants to check into round number 3 before we stop and go back to the top and talk to Randy. If you want to check in on round number 3, come with your name and call sign.
KI5ODW, Dave in Pflugerville, no traffic.
All right, we got Dave from Pflugerville, and he's on the bottom of the list unless somebody else wants to come in here. Anybody with your name and call sign, come on. Nobody. All right, so I think Ray has something to say about something. I don't know what that something might be, but Ray, what might that something be?
Man, K5BZ, I have to recheck because in the, I don't know, what has it been, like 4 years, 5 years since that has been going on, I have never heard a neck controller time out the repeater. So for you guys that I've given grief to for timing out the repeater because you're long-winded, know who you are. You can now add WZ5BBS to the list of repeater timeouters. Those long-winded guys that just can't seem to hear enough of their voice, Rusty is now Officially a net controller timed out the repeater. Oh, man. Oh, good stuff. Thank you, sir. I love you so much, Rusty. You're a good guy, and I just had to jump in and have fun with this one. K5BZI.
So I think that means that we need a Hall of Fame page on the website with a big picture of me. I think I'll have to work on that, Ray. Make that happen. All right, so we got Todd, no call, and he says he's been listening to the program tonight. He got sidetracked preparing for his exam by having a new baby boy. Oh, good Lord. Congratulations on the new baby boy. Still plan to get my license in the coming months and be able to join y'all on the airwaves someday. Cheers. Cheers, Todd. Thanks for listening to us and hanging out. And April, we're doing our first testing session. It's bound to be crazy. So come join in the chaos. You got a new child, so you're all about chaos. It's going to be fun. And yeah, we would love to have you. But at least we got you on Discord, and at least you're paying attention. So that's the majority of it right there. All right, let's go talk to Randy, KC3 NAG, and see what we got.
I still can't stop laughing. So let's backtrack. I think your poster is going to be the Hall of Shame, isn't it? I think that's what Ray was alluding to. But I've been lurking, of course. I've been trying to do something here, and I keep turning the radio down, but it keeps getting louder and louder, and it goes on and on and on. And finally the repeater times out. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta check in. I just gotta check in now. This is so cool.
Ray always has to get in there and have some fun with me. He loves poking at the bear. So what you been up to, man, besides trying to ignore us on the radio? We just get too loud and excited, and that's what sucks people in.
Well, I have to say, what you say there is true, Rusty. Like, yeah, I can see how it goes, and it does work. But other than that, not a whole lot of radio stuff, just hanging out and whatnot, and hey, Ray, like, I am not so sure I am going to make it to field day. I can send you an email, but I don't know. Why don't you just count me out for the time being? So just wanted to pass that message on. KC3, NAG.
No. That is unacceptable. K5BZI.
C3NAG, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, Ray, talk to him.
Yeah, no, unacceptable. No, it's already planned. You're in the mix. You're going, brother. You're going. Come on, man.
Yeah, okay, and yeah, Rusty, I knew Ray would jump in there. It seems to be a common thing.
So, Randy, are we going to get to see you at the meeting on Saturday? I have yet to meet you face to face, and I would love to shake your hand and say hi.
Well, here's the thing. I moved here like 3 years ago to keep an eye on my soon-to-be 88-year-old mom. So I tend to not get up until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so that I'm awake at night because I'm a night person anyway, and in case anything goes wrong, then I can call the EMS, which I've done several times. So, yeah, I'm a night person. So I told, Ray, it's like, hey, if you need a night person radio, feed me cold beer and drinks, man. Let's rock and roll.
K5BZI.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole idea, right? I mean, I want to come get you. You're going to be my night guy, and we're gonna rock and roll. But if you need to take care of the mom, I get it, man. I get that. But so maybe you can come join us late Saturday night while the contest is going on. You can just drive out and then maybe drive home. Oh, but you have a car.
Yeah, I don't have a car.
point. Okay, yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, we're going out Friday night, and so I would be picking you up like 2 p.m. on a Friday and not bringing you home till probably, 4 p.m. on Sunday. So yeah, that doesn't work with Mom. I get that, man. Well, it's a shame. I was looking forward to having you out there, brother.
Well, then again, like, maybe that'll work. I mean, I'm being very, very wishy-washy. I apologize.
Well, if you can make it work out, I mean, the offer still stands. I will come get you, and I will bring you home. And what I just described to you are realistic time frames. So I would be picking you up around 2 p.m. on Friday and bringing you home around probably 4 p.m. Sunday. So you would be gone, a good 48 hours.
Yeah, okay. I mean, seriously, you're just gonna have to twist my arm. That's all there is to it, because everything's fine here, but I don't know. You just need to twist my arm. Anyway, we can email about this. We need to tie the radio up, man.
Let's do that. Let's work it out. So let me know. But I understand. If you are the primary, caretaker of your mom, I get it. So, but let me know. I mean, if you can make things happen. The offer stands. Back to net, K5BZI.
Well, I just got a text message. And it's a sad one. But I feel like I need to share this with you all. I just found out that our dear friend Rod, W5NDS, is no longer with us. And that makes me super sad because he was a fantastic guy. And I was really looking forward to hearing him on the air. So, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to give a minute of silence on the repeater in honor of Rod, W5NDS. And y'all lift him up in your thoughts. Send prayers to his family. I'm sure we will have more information on Discord, but we have lost a legend tonight. Rod, W5NDS, is no longer with us. We love you, Rod. We're going to hang tight, and we're going to take a moment of silence. All right, well, we love you, Rod, and we know things than you ever could have. So, God bless you, man. Every time I hear about warm chocolate chip cookies, I think of Rod, and that man had a sweet tooth like no other. He loved all kinds of fun stuff. So we will carry on with the net. Bill, I'm sorry to do that to you, but I just found out, and I had to let everybody know. The next on our list is Bill, W5ITZ. He hangs out with us on Friday. He is with the Crossroads Ham Radio Club and has been very helpful in our VEC selection process. So, Bill, what are you up to this week, man? Anything fun going on?
Well, good evening, folks. First and foremost, sorry to hear about the loss of your friend there. That's always a tough one. Yeah, Rusty, just wanted to report in and let you guys know I was receiving the 147.320 over RF about S3 here close to the coast. So band conditions are pretty good for VHF tonight. Had a great week. The club got a new UHF repeater deployed in Port O'Connor, Texas, and a GMRS repeater at the same time. So had a really, really good work day and successful day there. Let it drop. And Saturday morning, we're also having a club breakfast here for Crossroads, so looking forward to that. And we do have a raffle, so if you're looking for a new raffle, just give us a holler. Hi.
Roger. Yeah, I follow you all on Facebook, and I chat with Bill for a little bit. But very cool on the new Port O'Connor repeater and the GMRS. So what got y'all into the GMRS fun, and are you having any traffic on that?
Yeah, well, it's a privately owned GMRS repeater. It's not a club repeater. One of the club members wanted to put it up in the community. And Port O'Connor is a relatively small community until the summer, and then it just exponentially grows with tourists and summer campers. And they figured that GMRS would be a good alternate to the cell phone towers that just get totally clobbered with all of the traffic influx. So getting quite a bit of interest from the community members of getting the license for GMRS and hopefully upgrading to ham someday soon.
Right, it's the gateway drug into ham radio. You got to get them hooked, and you'll have it. Well, very good, man. Well, I know you're not going to be there. What's Crossroads doing for Winter Field Day? Y'all got any plans for that?
No, actually we don't. We kind of put all of our resources into doing the summer field day. Have been real successful at that. But we've kind of talked about doing a winter event, but just haven't put it all together yet.
Fair enough, man. Well, all right. Anybody got anything for Bill, W5ITZ, while we got him on the line? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, we will see y'all tomorrow at for the Friday night trivia net for sure. And congratulations again on those two new repeaters. That's always a good thing. So the next one is Steve W5SDC. He said no traffic, although we got some bits out of him. He's been over in the digital domain. Next one on the list is N5APD. N5APD. Come in here, tell us what you're up to.
Hello, Rusty, and to the net. This is Dan out here in Johnson City. And I, too, am sorry to hear about the loss of a fellow ham operator. It's always tough to take into account some days. But this evening I have been trying to program a FTM 300 and listen to the net at the same time, and I realized that I am not good at multitasking. So finally I just put it down and decided I'm going to pay attention to the net. So I've really enjoyed it, and back to you.
Oh man, I've got an FTM 300. I use it in the truck, and I was really kind of pissed off because I like Yaesu and their memory banks. And you can call up a bank and you have a certain set of numbers, and they completely redid the way the memory works. But I will give them this. It works well. I like that I can dial it in, and I can call up a repeater, or I can put in a repeater and a tone in less than 30 seconds. So I have nothing but great things to say about the FTM 300. It is in an ammo can and in my truck because I cannot make a commitment, and I'm not in my truck enough to warrant a radio. So my truck still has a CD player in there, and I went and bought a thing that you can stuff in the CD player, and it holds the head, and so it has made the CD player way more useful than it ever was. And man, I love my FTM 300. How long have you had it, and what do you think about it so far?
Well, I just got it here a month or so ago, over the holidays, and since I'm a new ham to all this, the learning curve is just so steep that it's just taken me in and kind of absorbed my life, and I'm kind of really enjoying that. So I really can't give you a yes or a no or anything. It's just the big learning curve to the whole thing, but I am enjoying it, though. Thank you.
Right on, man. Well, anybody got anything for Dan, N5APD, before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, before we let you go, Dan, are you going to be joining us for the meeting on Saturday, and do you have any winter field day plans?
Well, I'm not going to be at the meeting on Saturday. I'm going to be up there in Fort Worth. But for the winter field day, I have made some tentative plans to be there, and I'm kind of looking forward to that if it all works out. I was going to mention on a side note, this evening early on, while I was trying to pay attention to two different things here, someone had mentioned some guys working Simplex, maybe a guy named Scott, somewhere between Dripping Springs and Johnson City. And I'm not sure I caught enough of that to try to track them down, but if anybody had any more information, I'd love to hear it. N5APD, back to you.
Well, it's not ringing a bell. Scott, W5SD, no, not SD, SDW? Is that? Let me see. Let me get this real quick. And Scott, we have so many Scotts. Yeah, K5SDW. Yeah, Kilo 5 Sierra Delta Whiskey might be it. He plays Parks on the Air and does some stuff. Does that ring a bell?
K5BZ, yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, you're talking about me. This is K5BZI. There is, my name's Ray, by the way. There's a group of guys that are in a valley out there in the hills, let me think about it in the map. I think it's east of Pedernales Falls State Park, and they have a little Simplex group down there because they're down in a place where there is no cell service, no internet really, and they just have their own little group down there. So if you want to, and they just chit chat on the regular. So if you want to, scan the band on 2 meter Simplex, you'll probably catch them if you can hear them. They're down in a hole down there. K5BZI.
Well, that's good to know. I travel that area quite a bit. I'm about 8 miles west of Johnson City, but I travel that area between around Henley and Dripping Springs and Johnson City, and I'm going to try to listen a little closer and see if I can maybe pick them up and make contact with them. But I sure appreciate the help. And we'll go back to the net, N5APD.
Roger, roger. You'll also hear a KI5UYD. His name is Chris, and he lives in Johnson City as well. He's on our 250 repeater a lot when he's driving, and he's a good dude to talk to. He's also the vice president of the Lake Highlands Club out there in Marble Falls. He's a good dude. Well, all right, Dan, have a good weekend. And also, if you're going to Fort Worth, the Cowtown Ham Radio Fest is going on this weekend, if you didn't know about it. So, you might get a little ham radio fun in there in Funkytown. That's where I got licensed. I got licensed with the Cowtown Club, so I always keep up with them. All right. Well, the next on the list is Dave, KI5ODW. He's in Pflugerville. He said no traffic. So that is going to be the end of round number 3. Round number 3 right there. So that means I should probably ID. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, visit us online at n5oak.org. It is 10:39, can you believe it? And we're just now starting round number 4. Round number 4 of regular check-ins. If you would like to get on the log tonight, please come with your name and call sign now. Well, I think we're officially done. What do you know? All right. So I was going to send it over to Ernesto to do the net wrap-up, but Ernesto is asleep. So I'm going to ping Ray. Ray's smoking a pipe, and see if Ray wants to do the net wrap-up and tell everybody what's going on. If not, I have a list in front of me. BZI, you want to do the net wrap-up?
You know, you said you had the list in front of you. I'm not feeling it, man. Go ahead and take care of it.
Oh, sure. Don't talk to me. All right, fine. Here we go. We got lots of fun stuff going on all week long. Monday starts out with the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6-meter Monday. It's at 50.125 megahertz. Upper side band starts at 8 p.m. On Tuesday, we got the Oak Hill Southside Simplex hosted by none other than Uncle Ray, K5BZI. It's on 146.555. It's on FM at 8 p.m. and just think of the 555 as S's, Southside Simplex, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. On Wednesday, we have the UT Amateur Radio Club and their Wednesday night net. It's tied in. They're over on the KA5D system, but we tie our system in so that they have some more people to talk to. I know you're not supposed to have a favorite net controller, but mine is Matthew, KN4LRA. It is the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. It's right here on Wednesday every night at 8 p.m. On Thursday, at the very beginning of this net, we got to talk to W5WTH, and he hosts the CW net. Frequency is 3.532 megahertz. It starts at 7:30 p.m. And even if you're a technician, you can get in there and play. Pat's a super great guy, very patient, and man, they will hit there and play with anybody. So if you're trying to learn CW, by all means, go hang out with Pat and the crew. Ernesto, KI5PZN, made his first contact on there. So congratulations, Ernesto, for making that happen. And then at 8 o'clock on Thursday, it's the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net. It's hosted by a different operator every week. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm a little rusty, all pun intended. It is right here on the N5OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system. Thank you, Kyle, for making that happen. On Friday, we have the Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net, and that's my baby. So I'm always there every Friday night. It's on the KA5D system as well as the N5OAK system and the Crossroads system. We're on like 26 repeaters. So it's a fun thing. We have about 50 people that come and play trivia every Friday night. It's a fun thing. We've got the game is all hosted online. You don't have to make any accounts. There's nothing you got to do. We talk on the repeaters and play online. Everybody gets to play. It's a whole lot of fun. So come join us at 9 p.m. on Friday for the Friday Night Trivia Net. Todd, Mr. No Call over there, you can play with us. You don't have to be a licensed amateur radio operator. You can come play and hang out, while the baby's sleeping. So we'd love to see you on Friday. On Saturdays, we got the Austin Amateur Radio Club's Elmer's Net. It's hosted by Jeff, N5MNW. Mighty nice weather. It's on 146.940, and it's at 7 p.m., followed by the 220 megahertz Good Guys Preservation Net, hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ. You can hear that on the 224.100 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. The 224 repeater is at the UT campus, so if you're close to around there, you'll be able to get in. And Sundays, we got the Austin Amateur Radio Club 10-meter net hosted by our good friend Rod W5NDS, who is no longer with us. God bless you, Rod. It's on 28.410 megahertz, upper sideband at 3 p.m. You could always hear Rod there. Man, we're going to miss him. We got the Travis County Aries Weekly Net. It's on the 147.360 repeater at 7 p.m. And right here, my most favorite thing on Sunday to do is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Miresto, KI5PZN, and KI5SYX. It is on the University Link repeater system as well as the N5 OAK system every Sunday at 7:30. And after that, Sunday's a busy one. The Austin Amateur Radio Club SwapNet, hosted by Jeff, N5 Mighty Nice Weather. It's on the 146.940 repeater at 9 p.m. So look at that, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sundays will keep you busy. If you would like to learn all the things that will keep you radio active through the week, you can go look at our calendar on the website, n5oak.org. Click on the calendar tab. You can even subscribe to our calendar, and we will update you. And we have all of this information. We'll throw it right in your calendar. So a lot of easy ways to make that happen if you didn't catch everything that I said. That's going to do it for tonight's Thursday Night Net. We hope you had a good time hanging out with us. The Thursday Night Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n5oak.org. This is WZ5BBS, and it's time to bring tonight's Thursday Night Net to a close. We're going to signal all the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use, and while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with us. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for the Trivia Net, bright and early for the club meeting on Saturday, and then next weekend we got Winter Field Day. That's going to do it for me. I love you, Rod, W5NDS, man. We're going to miss you. 73, y'all. Have a good night.
Great net, Rusty. K5BZI.
Thanks, Rusty. AI5HP.
73K9LZY.
W5NDS, K5BZI. W5NDS, K5BZI. Nothing heard. 73, Rod, we're going to miss you, man. K5BZI.
I'm telling you, man.
73's Rod. Been good talking
really
to you.
Does. He was such a
W5GCH.
Hey, Ray. K5BZI. This is AI5HP. Aaron, I just want to say thanks, Ray, for my VHF antenna. Without it, I would have never been able to chat with Rod on Southside Simplex, so I really appreciate that. AI5HP.
Yeah, copy that, man. Thanks.
KF5CCN from WB5TXW, over.
Kilo India 5 to India uniform testing. Kilo India 5 to India uniform, listening for end station. Kilo India 5 to India uniform, standing by.